hooked to a chain on a balance bike. So now you're getting the balance of a Strider bike, and then you're throwing in an engine. So now you're getting throttle, you throw in a brake, and now at age 2, you could be riding a motorcycle type machine. And you can bet that the ranks of the kids are only going to get faster here because of that invaluable experience they're getting so young.
Seth Dennis with that hole shot. He was on a balance bike about 6 weeks into his life, probably. 65 10-11 hole shot. Stay 6 hole shot goes to Seth Dennis out of Manoa, Florida. Seth has had a good week so far. He's done a good bit of winning. Kenyon Richards back there in the number 3 spot. That is a name we call often in the 65 10-11 class. I think we have some 50 classes that'll wrap up the day of racing. They've had their naps, their juice boxes, and they are primed and ready to go. They're working their way out into Storyland. There's the number 2, pardon me, of Kenyon Richards. Seth Dennis getting some real attention from the rider in the number 2 spot. That's going to be rider number 40. And that is Caden Dudney. He finished 5th in the first moto, so he needs to go out and run down Seth Dennis. Oh, I'll go with that. Thanks, brother. Seth Dennis, Caden Dundee, and your 3rd place rider is still Kenyon Richards. Richards, one of the few Yamahas out there in a sea of KTMs and Cobras. This is a definitely orange flavored class for sure. KTM putting a bunch of bikes out there. He is not running away at all. Dudney and Richards having a problem there. There's Vincent Way in the number 4 spot. All the players are there. The number 52 rounds out your top 5. That is Cole Blecca. He had a rough first moto. He finished 17th. He's normally a top 3, top 4 kid. Oh, your 2nd place rider with a huge get off. That is a blind spot. He is running off the racetrack. The number 40 tucked the front end in the air, stepped off the machine, and he immediately sprinted to that bike. Did not care what was going on with his body. He just flew right to the motorcycle. He is back up and running. And that kid is tough as nails. The number 40 2nd place rider of Caden Dudney with a big get off. Now he has got a ton of work to do. Remember, he finished 5th. He was in championship contention. Needed to get around Seth Dennis and hope for a little help. Some other folks get around Dennis as well before they go into that 3rd moto. So that makes things a little bit easier for Seth Dennis. But we know this track giveth and it taketh. So until you pass that checker flag, as you can ask Nick Gaines about that, it ain't over till it's over. 1 lap in the books. Here is your Motorcycle Mechanics Institute's top 10. Brennan Harrison is 10th. Carson Farmer 9th. Kevin DeFino is 8th. Grayson Townsend 7th. Dannon Reed 6th. Blecca is 5th. Vincent Way 4th. Kenyon Richards is 3rd. Caden Dudney was 2nd. No longer. Seth Dennis is your leader. Let's see what old Send It Seth, the Little Ripper, can do on that Fox Orange Brigade KTM. He's slowly starting to kind of emerge as the next big thing to jump on those 85s. He's been pretty solid, been a contender since he's been on 50s, winning titles. So got the right formula. The parents are all in. I know Hope and Nate Ramsey are very fond of this family. They take good care of them. Check out this shot here, the first of the drone shots. That's a good look there. There we are, right there. But back to the action here.
Dennis Dudney. That's Dennis Dudney, Richards, and Way. Get to be familiar competitors in this class.
There's the 44 and 87 of Dannon Reed and Grayson Townsend. That's who you're watching right in front of us. But our leaders now coming into that finish line turn. There he is, first man through, the number 93, Seth Dennis. Kenyon Richards on the Yamaha, the blue bike, the number 7 yellow helmet. Whoa, easy there, Vincent Way. He is on the attack right now, going after Kenyon Richards. New Jersey versus California. There's the 52 of Cole Blecca. Cade Dudney continues to drop down in our rankings as he went down just after the finish line. And that now is reflected in his overall running score. This is race number 8. Race number 9 going to be looks like the 250Cs. Or it looks like some 50cc riders. That's my guess, in fact. think they get put in right here at the very end of the day. Coming up at 6 p.m., I believe. How anxious must you be being a 50cc rider, sitting around all day long? Mom and Dad got to kind of temper you just a little bit.
Yeah, I know. And
At
we saw it in the first motos. Some of the riders would have been better off settling for second place finishes, and they run it to the ground and then literally hit the ground. And you're like, man, if they would just chilled, that second place finish would have been perfect for a championship later on. Yeah, we finally got that live drone. This is one of my favorite parts of the RacerTV production. I am still shocked that we're able to keep this guy. I don't want to even let his name out because I know Spielberg and all the Hollywood production studios would be signing this guy for millions in a hurry. Good battle got going on right here.
That's the 57 and the 94.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that
94,
out.
it's 87.
87,
there you
yes.
go. 87, 94. Grayson Townsend and Kevin DeFino. No relation to Kiki DeFino, right? They got to be, right?
No, they are. Yeah, they're brothers. Yep. Met them up the Racer X main event a couple times up there at MX 207 in Maine.
Coming up soon. They're doing it again.
Yes, they are going to do it again. I know pretty much every race was on the fence at one point, and my buddy D. Stu up there saying, planned us to do it, and now I think they're officially going to do it. There is that battle right there. Grayson Townsend and Kevin DePino side by side over that tabletop. Well, this is the view we love to see. Really get an idea.
They keep taking it away. They just take it away from you. They give you a little bit, just a little teaser, if you will.
Yep.
That's Wes Kane up in that drone.
Really?
Yeah, he's on top of it.
Wow, he's the blades.
He's just spinning around.
Spins his arms.
What do you want to see?
I'll move it over here. Seth Dennis is taking off. Canyon Richards is second. Vincent Way third. Cole Blecca is next. Dannon Reed is fifth. And then this.
Here's your battle.
Yep.
DePino and Townsend.
Swapped it again.
Then about 30 other kids behind them.
Oh, yeah. It's close. That's Loretta's for you. Look at this battle. Little ants running around on the facility when you see it this way.
So the 50s are coming up the next two races. So they've probably had, a mid-afternoon snack there. You know, they got the team mom after the race.
Yeah.
You get the juice box and the
juice box. I mean, if they go to the line hangry, you got major problems.
They're crying.
They cannot contain the emotions. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not hungry. I'm not tired. I'm just bored.
I want to do something.
Yeah.
Then they've been eating koala ice all day. They're just jacked up on sugar.
Jacked up on sugar. Yeah, there's times that I thought going to the BMX track that I might be better off jamming that sugar in there, trying to time up the timed release of the popsicle, trying to use that to our advantage. I told you about the epic BMX battles between my son and Pace Reed lately. I've been telling you about it.
It's been good.
They have been good. I mean, dude, my son has almost T-boned him in the last turn 4 weekends in a row.
He didn't do it.
He just goes
won't
inside.
Pull the trigger?
Well, you're not supposed to in BMX. These are paved corners. You're really
I know. I race BMX.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it, and they come within millimeters every time.
That's skill, then, is what I'm saying.
It's that, or hey, you got to have the guts to just go in there and leave it. Tape that thing open.
Tape that hand grip. Yeah. It's not a throttle.
But it has been fun. They have found each other. My kid, Chad Reed's kid, the BMX track, the local track this weekend. I know, it's the most random thing.
Make sense.
Now we're pitting next to each other. We had cheering lines together at the fence, cheering for each other's kids.
But but wait till you beat
I know,
him. Then it changes.
Yes, that's right.
Now we can't be friends.
Well,
as long as they beat you, we're good.
We beat them in a heat race.
We are team Wigan.
And I think it was getting serious.
Okay.
We beat them in the heat, and then they came back and beat us in the main, so we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Yep.
Can't do too much
this is in the 5-year-old novice class. Okay.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
Long way to go. We're looking at it right there. There's the number 94, DeFino, and the 87 of Grayson Townsend. And they just can't get that's just like what you were talking about between the Reed and the Wygants.
They will find each other. No matter what the start is, they will find each other on the racetrack. Mason Rayner on the number 71 is the one right behind him. The beautiful live drone shot. You really get an idea of the ruts and the lines on this track.
They just take it away from you.
And I wish I like the drone, but I wish I had a time machine because I cannot wait to see how this track is going to race with pros on it. This track has so many lines. Will it stay that way? Now, we asked Ricky Carmichael yesterday, and he's like, I don't know, man. The pros have a tendency to eventually figure out the best line, and then they all use it. So let's just hope that there's a way we can keep this kind of raceability to the pro riders.
Well, why don't you just have 60s and 125
just throw them
throughout the day, and then
throw them out there.
Wreck all their good lines, and you just got to work your way around
Seth Dennis, Canyon Richards, Vincent Way, get back out there and just do an
that's the track maintenance.
those lines.
Nothing but 80s and 60s, just
lights running around. Yeah, it makes it so hard. How are you going to figure out the fast line when you've had this many riders on different bikes? There is no perfect line.
And it's been re-prepped multiple times. And early in the morning, you may have a B class come out there and set the lines. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And then if you have a bunch of dorks like me, let's say a class full of me come out there, I'm just going to have the dumbest, squarest, make no sense lines. So it depends on who comes in and cuts those
brake
first few
early
lines
on
in.
the gas late.
Yes, chewing up the jump faces.
Yep. Rear brake only. Gassing it on the landings,
yes,
letting off on the takeoff.
Because I don't jump anything. So Seth Dennis, 3 seconds, so he cannot drop Canyon Richards. There's the 94. We can't get away from Kevin DeFino. He's getting a lot of camera love out there.
Yeah. So Richards has been not the most happy rider on the podium in his interviews this week. He hasn't won any motos, had a bunch of seconds and thirds, and you can tell this is why. He's not going to be happy until he gets a hook in Seth Dennis, and he's got a shot at it right now. Oh! Had a crash back
that
here.
Was the 94,
that was 94.
DeFino.
Kevin DeFino.
Tough break they just pop right back up though. No worries.
Yeah,
that's
rubber.
Nice soft sand, Mr. Plastic Bubble Elastic.
That's true. The sand does help, and these kids have the ligaments tended to barely even form.
Yes, there's no bone. It's all cartilage at this point.
Yeah.
There's the 87 of Grayson Townsend, fresh off his 50. He's got the 71 right behind him, Mason Rayner. But don't get too comfortable. You can't get comfortable out there on that racetrack.
No.
Not happening.
Now it's cool to have Matt Walker up here talking about the Machino equipment, how they can tune the track, but they have 65s and then 50s coming up. It makes it passable for them. It's still rough, but it does lead to good racing. The ruts are kind of tuned to the size of motorcycles, but still have that happen like it did to DePino, who went down in that sand. Mason Rayner going to take advantage of that. It's Seth Dennis in the lead, Canyon Richards second, Vincent Way third, Blecca and Reed round out the top 5. Grayson Townsend 6, Mason Rayner 7th, Deacon Deno, Max Shane, and Aiden Zing round out the top 10.
The Deacon of Doom bringing it right now. Canyon Richards, 3 seconds. He's got the same lap time. That's just got to kill you to be that close, run the same lap time, and just not be able to put it all together. There is 93, Seth Dennis. He is comfortable. You don't see a ton of mistakes out of him. There's Canyon Richards right there. There's a kid on the top of a golf cart.
Right there.
Just watching these little guys go.
Laying down at the top of the golf cart.
That's comfy.
Yep.
There's a flagger right there, checking the action out there.
Parents looking all over, and they don't realize the kid is over their head.
Where is he at? He hangs his head over right here,
right here.
Slow down.
There's Seth Dennis, Orange Brigade KTM rider. Got the blue crew on the inside. Canyon Richards trying to shorten up this racetrack and close up this gap. But Seth Dennis has been pretty much lights out in the daytime.
In the daytime. He needs to beat him one time before they go into that third moto, or Seth then has a little bit of a
Yeah, that's the problem. So Richards has all the motivation in the world on this Yamaha to try to run him down. And like a mini Aaron Plessinger there, that number 7 machine, hanging it out.
Got the GoPro footage, getting all the stuff. Hours of footage there. Let's go back and break it down, the telestrator.
Man, he's pushing hard. Canyon Richards, if you follow him on Instagram, he's got a heck of a compound there in New Jersey. There's some great sand tracks there. Really fun. It looks really fun to ride. And he's trying to put that experience to work in the sandier sections of this track.
Look at him looking. He found the smooth part of that little straightaway way off to the right.
Yeah.
That's crafty there. Look at that. There's Richardson right behind. There's Seth Dennis trying to make his way around a lap. Ryder Richardson right behind him. Looks over to the blue crew, gives him a salute. Donnie Luce over there, one of the generals.
Donnie Luce sitting there on an old Yamaha 3-wheeler.
Yes.
Still uses that in the pit. Still rides
That's
around
his pit vehicle. Yep.
on a
Trizinger.
But it's yellow.
The
yellow and black Yamaha.
It's got the headlight front.
Number plate combo.
Yeah.
The
Looks
mesh,
like a truck.
the steel mesh number plate.
Yes, sir.
With the, there they are into the. Oh, I know you're talking about the little one.
The little Trizinger, yeah.
The little Trizinger with the truck front.
Yeah, the front end looked like a truck.
Yeah.
Donnie Luce just honks his little horn, zipping around the pits there.
Yeah, Donnie Luce wants a factory Yamaha 3-wheeler rider.
I love seeing his photos. He'll post some of those cool photos.
Yeah, pitching that thing
Anybody
sideways.
that could jump and land successfully on a 3-wheeler, if you don't put those tires down at the same time, it's just a rock and roll machine, brother. You got to pay the toll to rock and roll because you are going down.
So, yeah, I bet you Canyon Richards and a lot of the Blue Crew amateurs don't even know that.
Their boss, the guy that hires them, was one of the baddest 3-wheeler riders ever. You ever met anybody that survived? Oh, he was one of the greatest 3-wheeler riders ever. God rest his soul.
Let's not talk about that. Yeah.
Rest in peace. There's never been a guy that successfully made it out except Donnie Luce. Or unless they transition over to the 4-wheelers. No, I'm not going there. How hard was it? All the 3-wheeler the old school three-wheeler guys, there's no way. I'm not going to four wheels.
Hey,
not
dude,
doing it.
You know how everything old becomes new again? That has become,
Yes.
I think the wave is maybe cresting. But about a year or two ago,
three-wheelers were happy.
the classic three-wheeler, it's still pretty hot.
The Honda 250R.
Oh, yeah. If you have one of those sitting in your garage for the last 30 years, it's suddenly a high-priced item.
No doubt. Phil from Plastic Renovations, he says he's got about 2 years worth of work just in doing three-wheeler plastic. Because
Really?
he redoes them, and he says, I've got stacks of them to do for these
Can't even
customers.
keep up. And then during these COVID times, it picked up. Everybody has their projects. 2 laps to go. Hey,
3
courtesy.
seconds.
Yeah, Canyon Richards not letting him go.
Here we are up in the tower. You got to head down, man.
Yeah,
You got some work to do.
We'll see what the order is. Seth Dennis, Canyon Richards, and Vincent Way running that Arma. Arma, a big backer of the event this year. I was talking to Nick Way about it. Said he's got some stuff for us that'll bring up, give us a little focus.
A little prize pack.
Some different stuff that works for the
Some
kids.
focus.
I did ask that. I'm like, is it good for Arma? Got stuff for the kids that works? He's like, absolutely. Vincent was drinking some of the hydration.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, they're geared towards motorcycling, so it's
Our motorcycle
Vincent
guys
Wade,
through and through, yeah.
Jeremy McGrath, all those guys, a principal part of Arma Energy.
Chad
Good work
Reed,
for
too.
Vincent. And
Yep.
he's in the number 3 spot. Yeah, Chad Reed.
That's probably why his kid beats mine at BMX.
Every
Probably
time.
the only reason.
One little drink
The
and it's
only
over.
Reason, that Arma
That is
sport.
it.
Yep, Arma. All right, Kevin, take us home here in this 65, 10 to 11. Seth Dennis ahead of Canyon Richards. See Richards there on that number 7, trying to track him down.
Here we go. Oh, Ryder's down just in front of us to number 79. That was Deacon Dino goes down. The bike is in the dead center of the racetrack. Hopefully Deacon is okay. Pulled himself off of the racetrack looking for his bike. He's all like, hands are up in the air like, what's up, man? So he's telling everybody to stop. He's putting his hand out saying, stop. I need to get on my dirt bike. Goes right back out there. Look at that. That's how you pick up a motorcycle. You back it in and you lift it up like that. Somebody taught him that. Use that leverage. And he rolls it down the hill, kick starts it with bent bars before it comes to a complete stop. He couldn't get it started. That's the number 16 of Carson Wood, who went down. He went down big here as we work our way towards the closing stages. 2 minutes, 53 seconds, 52, 51. So we're getting close. It has been Seth Dennis, been able to maintain literally within a few hundredths of a second, like 3.2, 3.5, 3.4. The deficit between himself and Canyon Richards. There's Dennis. There's a look at him. He's got a lot of picking to do here. He's got to work his way through traffic. Canyon Richards, a couple of bikes behind him, sitting in the number 2 spot. There's Seth Dennis. Across the starting line we go. In front of the billboards, Seth Dennis. Get-go, he's done the unthinkable. Started, got the whole shot, and has never looked back. It's impressive. A lot of folks listening. You just got some interesting numbers, Jason Wygant. Are you privy to share that? 200,000+ viewers, give or take 200,000. No, those are good numbers. Rodney just put his eyes on those. That's a solid number. Jason Wygant's got his surgical mask on. He's going to go down and perform surgery on that podium and pick those riders' brains there, buddy. Wygant's heading down. We're going to take you home here in the 65, 10 to 11. Seth Dennis from the get-go has led at the number 93 machine. Canyon Richards now back to 4 seconds back. Got to make it through this last lap. Strange things have happened out here on these last few laps, especially this Bermuda Triangle of finish line turns. There's Miss Dennis. She is going to sprint all the way to Seth at the podium. That's a good cruising speed. You don't want to blow it out too early. You got to make it all the way down there. Good solid jog will get you down there just in time, Miss Dennis. Canyon Richards second, Vincent Way third, Blecca fourth, Dannon Reed fifth, Mason Rayner sixth, Deacon Dino, who went down earlier, seventh, Max Shane eighth. Caden Dudney has climbed back into a top 10. He was fifth in the first moto, ninth right now. And Brennan Harrison rounds out your top 10 as we continue to watch Seth Dennis. Your moment in the sun right here as it begins to set here at Loretta Lynn's. What a great day. Temperatures are very reasonable. They're usually obnoxiously hot here, and it has been very nice. 81, I believe, is what it was a few minutes ago. Seth Dennis has a few more turns to go, I believe, before he will back it on into the podium. Have a word with Jason Wygant. Gonna wait that outside peg. He's gonna jump the first of a couple of doubles. And I believe Seth Dennis has done it. He goes 1-1 now as we go into the third moto. Great ride for the number 7 of Canyon Richards. Here comes Vincent Way on the number 27 machine. Cole Blecca should finish up 4th. Dannon Reed will be your 5th place rider, and that will put the wraps on race number 8, 65-10-11. You can hear Seth Dennis in the background describing what was going on out on the racetrack. And let's have a look at our top 10. Seth Dennis, Richards, Vincent Way, that is your podium. Cole Blecca finishes 4th. Dannon Reed rounds out your top 5. Raynor, Deno, Shane, Dudney, and Harrison. That'll do it for the 65-10-11. We're going to toss it down to Jason Whitegan, who has our winners. Jason?
Well, he's used to this podium ceremony because he's done it several times this week. I think this is a 3rd Moto win already for Seth Dennis. Got the Orange Brigade KTM gals there helping him get set for this podium speech. And he added to the collection this time also with a Stasic Whole Shot Award. And it won't be long before you're into these 10-11 classes. And we're talking to riders who started riding on Stasics. They've been around about 4 years now, 3.5 years. So in just a couple of years, we're going to have a whole brigade of riders that started on the Stasics. And right now we got a Stasic Whole Shot Award and a gold medal. Moto winner, Seth Dennis. Dude, that was good. Although Canyon Richards keeping you honest, did you know he was back there, or you were just riding your own race? How did it go?
I got the whole shot, which feels pretty nice. First one of the week. Hopefully I'm gonna get more, but after that, he kind of caught me in the middle. Starting to get a little arm pump there, but tried to hold on strong through the whole thing.
Good storytelling. We like that. Hey, who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, my sister, Nathan Ramsey, Hope, Tyler Ratstray, Fox, Orange Brigade, Twisted, Nost, Asterix, Alpine Stars, Scott, Dunlop, and that's all. Thank you.
All right, there it is. Send it, Seth. Seth Dennis, gold medal, Whole Shot Award. No championships handed out yet, though. You got to take it down to that 3rd moto, and Canyon Richards will have something to say about that. Solid run here. He kept the heat on all the way to the end. He was hovering around 2 to 4 seconds the whole way. You can tell Canyon Richards is determined to get one of these done. He comes on up. He's going to get the silver, the Blue Crew Yamaha 65. Let's hear it for Canyon Richards. Let's give him his silver right there. Thank you, Sloan. Well, Canyon, I feel like you're getting better every moto. That was the closest you've been. You really kept the heat on him.
Yeah.
Are you getting happier, or are you still bummed to get one of these golds?
I'm still a little bummed.
Your goal is to win. Yeah. All right, who do you want to thank, buddy?
I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, Rock River Yamaha, Ed Torrance, Donnie Lewis, Moose Racing, Foley Cat, Specialized, Bell 100%, Atlas, Motocross Vest, the Wrist Brace Guy, CTI Knee Braces, Alpine Star, Rainbow Farms, or Close, JMS, Enzo, Dunlop, Planner Chiropractic, and Tap Health.
Let's hear it for him. Canyon Richards. And real quick, we'll talk to a 3rd place finisher, Vincent Way, back up on the podium. That's 2 podiums today for V-Way. We don't need to worry about motorcycles right now, bro. We're talking podiums. Let's get him a hat. Right off his dad's head. All right, Vincent Way is ready to chat about a 3rd place finish. And he's building some consistency here. 2nd time on the podium this day. On the number 27, let's hear it for Vincent Way. And there's the bronze from Sloan. Hey, how'd that moto go?
Pretty good. I got off to a good start, battling with him, and then at the end I got pretty bad arm pump.
Man, all right. So what kind of games can you play to get rid of the arm pump? What kind of fun could you have to like relax, get that arm pump out?
I don't know, maybe like stretch a little bit.
All right, we'll try that. Good tips for the family. We'll work on that. All right, who do you want to thank?
Arma, Answer, Alpine Stars, Protaper, Arc Levers, Dunlop, Zine Graphics, and everybody else.
All right, V-Way up in 3rd. Let's hear it for Vincent Way. Yeah, all right.